morning, everybody. Robert here. I'm heading out to Maryland Live in just a bit, but I wanted to take a second to tell you guys about the new direction I'm planning to take the vlog. It's not a huge change, but a change that I think it's going to make the vlog more interesting to people. It's going to make the vlog a little more authentic and just bring some much needed variety to these videos. When I started this vlog, I had no intention of becoming kind of a watered down version of the Trooper or of Andrew Neem. I wanted to do something that was entirely unique to my point of view. But those guys are just so good at what they do and have been so successful at it that I think I just started kind of subconsciously modeling my vlog after the things that they were doing that I loved so much. But the videos have become something that I don't think is entirely honest. I feel like when I'm showing myself kind of happily, hanging out in casinos, playing poker, I'm showing you a very rose-colored glasses view of my life. My life just isn't that simple. In fact, I'm sure like yours, it's incredibly difficult sometimes. I've got just pretty big issues that, at least they seem big to me, that I want to begin to confront, and I've decided that I'm going to confront those issues here on the vlog. One of the more obvious issues that I'm dealing with is my weight. There is not an hour that goes by that I don't think about how much I just hate myself for the way I look and the way I feel. It's the thing that I want to change most about myself. Nothing else even comes close. And yet I just do absolutely nothing about it. At least not consistently. Constantly in this cycle of starting and stopping different diets and exercise programs and never sticking with any of them long enough to have any kind of significant change. This constant presence of failing over and over again is really kind of taking a toll on my confidence and my self-esteem. It's hard to think of yourself as a good person when you're just constantly failing at the thing that's most important to you, the thing you want to change the most about yourself. The thing that's holding you back from being truly happy. And this isn't about vanity. Being this heavy as a middle-aged man is fucking dangerous. I'm already dealing with high blood pressure, and I'm sure there's just a ton of other things just right around the corner waiting to happen to me if I don't make some changes in my life. I love my family so much, and I'd really like to continue to be a part of that family as long as I can. I mean, look at this. This is my sister and her family. Look at those beautiful boys there. Those are my two nephews. I so want to see those boys grow up. My sister has created just this amazing family that I want to be able to watch that family continue to just bring happiness to every life they touch. This is my dad and my stepmom here. I can't even begin to tell you how much I love these two people. They've just been a constant source of inspiration to me for my whole life. I really love them. And of course, there's my amazing wife, Patty. I love this woman with all my heart. I want nothing more to just get old and gray with this woman. I want to be there to, hold her hand when she's going through tough times. And I want to be there to celebrate all the great things that I know are ahead of her. This marriage has been, without a doubt, the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. And there's no way I ever want to stop being a part of that. But without making some serious changes, the reality is I most likely won't be around for any of it. It's really hard for me to wrap my mind around this. The idea of losing all this because I can't find a way to eat more vegetables or move around a little more is just bonkers to me. But that's exactly what's happening. There's another issue I want to touch on that I'm sure is much less obvious to you guys than my weight. It's my struggles with panic disorder. I know for many of you out there, panic disorder is something you simply don't understand or have any experience with. Some of you are probably even wondering if panic disorder is even a real thing. But for those of us living with panic disorder, it's a very real thing, something that we have to deal with practically every waking moment of our lives. I was diagnosed with panic disorder and general anxiety disorder about 20 years ago, and I've been dealing with it ever since. I've seen countless doctors, been on just an endless number of medications, and honestly, very little of them have been effective for any significant amount of time. At times my anxiety can be really manageable, very kind of mild. But then there's times when these panic attacks hit me with a force that's just hard to explain. The closest I've ever heard someone come to kind of accurately describing how a panic attack feels, kind of a full-blown panic attack, is that it's like someone is sneaking up behind you and pulling a dry cleaning bag over your head. You can't breathe. Your body goes into full fight or flight mode. You just really feel like you're going to die. Often it's without warning. I've had these attacks while I was driving. I've had them when I was out to dinner with friends. I've even had them when I was sound asleep. I just woke up to this full-blown panic attack thinking I'm dying, having a heart attack right there. The crazy thing is the aftermath of the attacks are often much worse than the attacks themselves. It's kind of like the anticipation of another attack can cause me to fear leaving the house. I just don't want to do anything that might trigger another one of these attacks. For me, the attacks are incredibly emasculating. They just make me feel mentally weak. These feelings of kind of inadequacy and self-loathing can become overwhelming to the point that it leads to depression and often thoughts of suicide, both things I've had to battle with to varying degrees for the last 20 years. There just comes a time when all this panic and anxiety and the fear of having another attack gets so bad that you begin to question if it's even worth going on. I hate talking about my panic. I know that it's silly and irrational, but I still feel very ashamed of it. But I also recently saw a statistic that said 1 in 12 people struggle with panic in some capacity. And it made me realize that there's plenty of you out there who are dealing with the same stuff I am, and that they might find some comfort or encouragement in seeing how I'm trying to deal with the same stuff. If I can help one person out there who's dealing with this same crap for even 1 second, I can definitely deal with a little personal embarrassment here on this vlog. So why am I laying all this stuff on you guys? It's a good question. It is kind of a dick move. But I'm hoping that by talking about it regularly in these videos, it'll force a little accountability on me. Maybe I'll get a little more exercise or choose healthier food options because I know that you guys are watching. So what changes can you expect for the vlog? For one thing, you're probably going to see a little more of me outside the casino. I plan to show a lot of the stuff I'm doing off the tables that's improving both my poker game and my life. I haven't quite figured out exactly how I'm going to film this yet, but I want to share with you poker-related things like how I'm studying and practicing off the felt, the role coaching is playing in my learning and study, and the mental game work stuff I'm putting in. I think you guys will find that stuff really interesting. But I also want to show you all the non-poker stuff, like what it's like being a poker player living with panic disorder, how I plan to lose all this weight, show you what I'm doing with that, and especially showing you guys what it's like to live a very kind of unconventional lifestyle, pursuing a very unconventional career in a society that is really constantly pressuring you and trying to funnel you into the exact opposite lifestyle, regardless of whether or not that lifestyle makes you happy. But many of the aspects of this vlog are going to stay the same. It's still very much going to be a poker vlog. I'm trying to make poker my career. It takes up the vast majority of my time, at least in one form or another. So, of course, this vlog will still revolve around poker. I'm still going to show you my wins and losses, basically because I know it's fun to follow. I like hearing about other people's wins and losses too. I'm also going to keep showing you all the casinos that I'm going to. In fact, I plan to show you guys more casinos. I'm going to try and venture out a little farther away from home, show you Foxwoods, Cherokee, kind of any casino that's in the general area here that I think might be fun and interesting to check out. And of course, I'll be heading out this summer to Vegas for the World Series of Poker. So I'll definitely be showing you guys all that stuff. And obviously, I'll continue to make bad jokes, wear bad hats, and have very inconsistent facial hair. So that's it. For the trolls out there, Merry Christmas. I'm sure you're going to have a heyday with this. It should keep you very busy in the comment section for all of 2017. So you're welcome for that. For everyone else, I can't tell you how much your support and encouragement has meant for me starting this vlog. I really couldn't have gotten past episode 2 or 3 without all the encouragement. So thank you for that. And I hope you stick around and enjoy the changes to the vlog. I really do hope it evolves into something that brings both of us much more value. All right, enough of that. I'm off to Maryland Live to play some poker. Thanks for listening to all that, and I'll see you in just a little bit. I shave in the shower, and sometimes just for fun, I'll put a little bit of my wife's conditioner in my hair while I'm shaving and just let it sit there and do its magic. You guys can't tell this, but my hair is silky and soft right now and feels fucking glorious. I feel sorry for you that you're not experiencing this. Nothing says Christmas like a bloodthirsty grizzly bear. Alright, so I just got here to Maryland Live, feeling a little frustrated because the drive took way too long. The drive should have been about 2 hours and 20 minutes. It took me almost 4 hours, so feeling super frustrated. But of course I got to get past that, got to have a good attitude for the game here so it doesn't affect my A game. Showing you the exterior here behind me. This is Maryland Live right there. Inside it's nice, but the exterior, it has to be one of the ugliest casinos I've ever been to. It's connected to a mall, so it looks like it's the parking structure for the mall itself, so just ugly. But exterior doesn't matter, it matters what's going on in the inside, and they've got really good games here, really good action, so let's get inside and check it out. I was able to get into a game right away. I think I only waited about 5 minutes, so that's cool. It's kind of a good table, a lot of action. They've been straddling every hand. I sat down and I just watched 4 hands, but I was actually involved in 2 of them and won them both. So I had Ace King the very first hand. I sat down. I didn't hit anything, but I was able to bluff my way into a pretty good win. And then the next hand I played, I had King Queen, and I hit top pair and called a pretty sizable bluff on the river. Just seemed pretty clear to me that the guy either missed his straight or his flush draw. And so it was a pretty easy call, but pretty good. So I'm up like 225, and I think I've been here for about 10 minutes, or I've been in the game for about 10 minutes. So pretty good. Let's see if I can keep that or even add on to it. So let's get back in the game. Taking my first break here. Things are going okay. Still up, not quite as much as I was before. I gave a little money back. I did something so stupid. Paid somebody off, even though I just had no evidence to think that I was good there. And just donating money, I hate when I do that. Called somebody down with pocket jacks on a queen high board, and that they had kings, but there was just no reason for me to continue that passively. I just took a really stupid line. Anyways, but it's still going okay. I'm up like 150 still. Cool thing is I noticed at the table next to me is Andrew Brokus. You guys probably know him from the Thinking Poker podcast. Kind of exciting for me because he's my coach and I've never actually met him in person. We've only talked on Skype, so said a quick hello, and I'm sure we'll talk a little more extensively later. But cool to see him. But yep, gonna head back inside, get back to it.
Eat it like what? I can do that. Honestly, it never even came up because almost every hand, somebody, you know, either turn to the river, raise to 15, somebody would bet and everybody would fold, or on the river once. When you don't deal with that often, you're just not that confident in what you're doing. $20. Heads up.
$35.
30.
$35.
I'm sorry,
No
35.
worries.
I misheard. Getting old.
Well, that was not a good river for me.
Kings full of aces. Kings full of aces.
It really wasn't a good river for me.
I was hoping ace, ace, king, king.
I mean, I think we would have been seen all in before that if that was true. Worst position, it's the extra.
But if the
No.
pocket kings had hit, they wouldn't have
It's making it even worse.
Yeah, the aces would have
But yes, aces versus kings.
All right, that's going to do it for poker tonight. Plus 170. So pretty good night. I don't know. It's just kind of frustrating, you know. I peaked real early there. Within the first 10 or 15 minutes, I was up like 220, 225, and then I just couldn't get anything going after that. Just kind of staying around that profit there. Never really getting up much or getting down much. So, but definitely better than losing. I'll take 170 any day. But it really was kind of a frustrating day. Couldn't get anything happening on the table after that. The drive was so miserable. But a good thing was, is I did get to meet Andrew Brokus, so we did talk a little bit later in the evening. So it was great finally getting to meet him. Make sure you check out his podcast, Thinking Poker Podcast. But I have a feeling if you're watching this vlog, you're probably already listening to his podcast, so no need to plug that for him. Yeah, so that's it. Thanks for watching, like always. If you like the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you want, and leave a comment below. I try to answer every single one of them. So thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.